For the rest of these YouTube videos, I'm going to be doing them in an Australian accent. Because it's not disgusting and disturbing. I don't want to continue to scare people. It's not my job. I don't want these videos to be evil. I want them to be out of love. The reality of the situation is when you're mentally ill, or when you have personality disorders, when you're bipolar, you have borderline personality disorder, you have any of those, you're so used to being rejected by people and not accepted and turned away because you're different or weird, or you have anger issues and you lose people in your life again and again and again. And all you really want in life to feel is to feel loved, to feel accepted. You don't really want anything else, you know? It's terrible to suffer from any of those issues. It's hard. It's a hard life. And I don't think people understand how difficult it is. In the previous videos, I talked about wanting to kill people. But keep in mind, the only time I ever want to kill people is when I felt judged, or I didn't feel respected, or I felt rejected by people. Rejection was the biggest. And the most overwhelming one out of all of them has to do with being rejected, but it is feeling loved. When you don't feel loved, or you grow up in a home when you don't feel love, that's all you really want. So when you don't get it, you feel upset, depressed. And you feel like you have to be perfect, there's something wrong with you, you think. And then you try to be perfect, and people still don't love you, and they still reject you. Or you might try to rebel, and there's all sorts of coping mechanisms that you might do. But all you really want to feel is loved and accepted. And if you don't get that, you get angry, sometimes you get upset, you get shy, you feel like there's something wrong with you. So in the previous videos, when I do talk about killing people, that is the issue. I don't feel loved, and I don't feel, I feel rejected, so I want to kill people. And that is why I am hiding under a Viking helmet. Because I don't want people to come after my family after they read my book. Because my book is very scary and it's very sad, but it ends well because it talks about what I'm talking about now, which is feeling love. And that is the way to cure suicide and feeling homicidal. It's not the cure for everybody. Some people just want to kill people. There's just something terribly, terribly wrong with them. But most of us out there just want to feel love and accepted. And that will end the anger and the cravings to kill others, or harm others, or harm ourselves, or cut ourselves, or drink, or do drugs, or numb out. I really do feel that, and this has nothing to do with ego, I feel it in my gut sometimes, that my book, if it is recognized and people do begin to read it, it will most likely win the Nobel Peace Prize, because there's so many books out there that are just such ridiculous books about mental illness. Oh, this is how you cure it. Or people write books about mentally ill and they're like, but stay positive. Oh, be gratitude. Do gratitude. But for the people that are really suicidal, really homicidal, gratitude and staying positive. Those books, man. What the hell are you talking about in those books, man? Really. And that's why my book, I believe, will have such an impact on people, because it really shows the journal entries of the dark shit. You know, the dark feelings and thoughts that go on in a mentally ill person's mind, and the insanity that goes on in a mentally ill person's mind. It's good shit, man. I love it. But I'm sick of scaring people. I don't want to scare people anymore. That, you know, because I was getting to the point where I didn't want to make these videos anymore because they were scaring the shit out of me. Seriously. Because I'm just such a loving person. You know, and I was like, I'm making these freaking videos and they're not true to me, you know. They're bullshit. I'm like selling my soul to the devil, scaring the shit out of people. And you know, it's scary shit, man. Being mentally ill, you know, it's scary shit. Having personality disorders is scary shit, man. I'm not fucking with you. It's scary shit. We go through dark shit that nobody goes through. We have horrible freaking lives, man. People have these functional lives where they could go to college and have kids, you know, and not torture those children with mental and emotional, like, mood swings, and having the children scared of their fathers and mothers because their fathers and mothers are mentally ill and they have personality disorders. God, if I had a child, man, oh my God. You know, 1 minute I'd be crying about nothing. I wouldn't even know what I was crying about. And then hours later I'd be euphorically happy. And then later that night I'd want to kill people. And I'd be angry. And then an hour later I'd be happy again. And then an hour later I'd be crying. And I wouldn't even know why. And then the kid would see all that, those mood swings and in that unpredictable mood. The kid would be so frightened, man. So I don't think I could ever have a child, ever. But these functional people that don't have mental illnesses, they don't have personality disorders, they just grow up, no problems. They have cars and they have nice jobs. They don't lose their jobs because they get angry and yell at people, or, you know, get vicious or violent, or they don't show up that day because they can't see people because they're so full of anxiety, or they're crying all the time. They can't function like normal people. And psychiatrists are like, well, everyone's normal. We're all crazy, you know, our own way. Nobody's normal. No. You know, I got to the point after going to so many psychiatrists, I say average. Because then the psychiatrists can't say anything back to me. Because we're the 1.2%. We're the 1.5% of the overall population. You know that, right? The other 98.5%, they're average. We're the 1.5% that has these issues, these brain chemistry problems. And on top of that, most of us were raised by mentally ill parents, or parents that had personality disorders, like by, you know, borderline personality disorder. So we got the worst of it at home, raised being in childhood, and then we also have it in our own minds. I destroy psychologists. I do. I make a habit out of it. I study psychology like a freaking madman, just to heal myself and to help others like me. You have to, you know. If you're mentally ill, you have personality disorders, you really have to brush up on your psychology, just so you don't want to kill yourself every day. You need some defense against it. It's hard, man. But I don't want to scare people with these videos anymore. I want them to be real and truthful and vulnerable, but truthful. Because that's what my book is about. It's about being dead, like truthfully honest. Like just sickening. Just you read my book. Scary shit, man. It's just wanting to, it talks about just wanting to slaughter everybody, like kill everybody. And just wanting to end your own life so badly. Because the days are so horrifying. Because the days are so horrifying, man. Average people don't understand that. I don't think they'll ever get it. They hold hands walking the street. They grow up children that are functioning. They live functional lives. While we sit in the darkness wanting to kill ourselves, crying. Or wanting to kill others because everybody rejects us and we're never happy. Anyways, that's it. That's it for today. Sometimes I might be different people. I have several different personalities because I have these personality disorders. But so if I shift in and out different people from different videos, just be understanding, I guess. Yes. Enjoy.